machine. Actually, it's built in my van. It was a truck-mounted unit, and I was able to go out and clean carpets. It's just every time I go to a house, it's a struggle. I have a terrible time coordinating jobs. I wasn't making money for the first 6 months. Then I realized that I need to do something different. So I start offering a whole house for $100, regardless of the size, large or small. And that one thing that I've done have changed my life. So I start getting work. I start getting 3 or 4 jobs a day. I was 20 years old, making $400 or $500 a day. That was very sweet. And by 95, I was 25 years old and I was making $1,000 a day. Uh, I figured a way to improve my offering to the customer. I realized they want more than just the carpet cleaning. And over the years, they wanted duct cleaning and they wanted other services. So I kept tweaking my offers, but they were all fixed rates. And what that did for me, it helped me from having to go give estimates or anything like this. All I had to do an ad in the ad pack. I don't know if any of you remember the ad pack here in Wilmington. Just one ad that says a whole house, $99, and the phone were ringing. The voicemail was picking up the calls. All I had to do is focus on getting the job done. So during my 34 years here in Wilmington, I founded multiple service businesses, and I've been able to exit at a fair price. So all my hard work went for a good thing. So there's a QR code there. If you want to go into my LinkedIn and friend me there or follow me or connect with me. So throughout the years, it wasn't all smooth sailing. We have been unpaid. We have been sued. We have been we hired people. They got, they grew their business. They became our competition. We've been harassed, but all in all, we came out ahead. We were focusing on this thing here, where we always have to bring home $1,000 a day, and that was the goal. Over time, when the business grew, and I have multiple trucks going out, they were bringing $1,000 a day, but my overhead went up, and now I have employees, I have FICA, I have taxes, I have a lot of other things that I worried about. But my favorite days, it was when I was one-man show, going out, doing $1,000 a day in sales, that's the awesome thing. So before we begin into how to build your business and how to aim for you to reach this goal, and it's a great thing to dedicate yourself to grow that in that direction, and it will be off. But first, we're going to talk about currently and how everybody else is doing it. And we're not going to take a whole day with this. We're just going to probably use the next 5 minutes just to talk about, those of you who are in the service business and what you currently are doing. Basically, your operation requires you to do some marketing. After marketing, you probably get a phone call or an email or a text. Somebody want a price. Some of them, they want you to go out and make an estimate. And if you lock in the deal, you'll have to schedule that job. And only then you will be able to actually do the actual work or deliver the job itself. So that's kind of the normal cycle for most businesses. And the issue here is the customer think that's all you're doing is you are at stage number 4. That's the only time they see you, when you're at their house doing the job, delivering the work. They don't know that you have to do the marketing, the estimate, the scheduling, and all the other stuff. And after you're done with the job, you'll still have to do the invoicing. You have to collect the money. You have to do bookkeeping, and you also have to be preparing your equipment, your tools, your supplies, your insurance. Yeah, I mean, there's a whole list of things that I don't want to get into in this class. I did go through that in my previous classes, but So basically, in today's cycle, we are dealing with so many other things, and performing the job, it's about 18% right here. But almost every other thing that we do is we're just idling, trying to line up work. You can see here, there's the marketing, there's the collection. Waiting for phone calls takes a long time, and now you have to filter through all the telemarketers, and it's frustrating how the email is becoming the same way, where CRM now is taking over, and all we're getting is just email reminders, and um, um, that doesn't mean anything. People getting creative at lying in a very decent way. So traveling to the job, back and forth to the job, uh, and maintaining your equipment and tools. So um, and so and now just recently we start to see a lot of people are frustrated because they are not getting ahead. They're working in scattered times. They're not actually back to back with their schedule, and they cannot stay study busy with their work, and so they're working 3 4 days, and the other 2 days are not working. Their expenses are fixed, but their revenue is all over the place. And I don't know if you guys seen, any of you saw this video. It went viral about this guy who is not making any money. So another thing here we're facing, that we are in a business, a service business is usually has cycles, and it has seasons, and typically most of us get busy in the summertime, but during the wintertime we slow down. But even when we are busy in the summer months, our bottom line is very much the same. And the reason is, the more work we do, the more expenses we have. So for those of you who's having this issue, they need to shut the back door if they're getting into those summer months. Stop buying stuff, unless it's a supply that you need. So basically, that's something that needs people need to pay attention to this. So one of the expenses that recently in the rise is the cost of acquisition. Customer acquisition cost, it raised up to almost $90. Now, wasn't long ago before the Yellow Pages was all we needed. You just put an ad in the Yellow Pages and the phone would ring. And lately we have to have ads in 2,000 different channels, and spend a lot of our time just marketing on social media. And if you get a like, you're fortunate. But that's the recent thing that we're dealing with now. We're competing with large platforms who are going out there on search engines, and they're flooding the search engines with their contents, and they're the one who's been getting our job leads. Large platforms like Angie's, and the other one is Handy, I think. What is it? Angie and Thumbtags. They're competing for our job leads, only to turn around and sell them back to us. And it's been estimated that the customer now is costing us $90, which is very outrageous compared to what we had in the past. That being said, word of mouth is still the queen category of how we can get ahead. So honestly, if you're in a business and you have your basic listings on the Google Maps, I would do most of my focus on retaining my customers and use the word of mouth method. And the word of mouth is a very simple tactic. All you have to do is just thrill every customer you go to. You don't have to be nice, just be truthful. That's all. If the customer does not want you to be extra nice, they just want you to be honest and truthful once you're at their house. And that will take off. I mean, that will take off, and they will refer you to other people. And more to talk about this later, if we have the time. So now we're getting to the nitty-gritty of how we can make $1,000 every day, each day of the year. I'm estimating 200 days, work days a year would be enough. That's probably 4 days a week, and on average. Um, so we can achieve this by productizing our service. I mean, that's how I did it with the carpet cleaning. I set up a fixed rate. I was selling the same thing over and over and over. I don't have to buy extra equipment. I don't have to buy new equipment for every different job. I was set up, and I was the best in town for that niche. I had the hottest steam truck mounted unit, and I was going from one house to the other, and that's very much the most important components that we're going to be talking in depth about. Now, why productizing service haven't been done in the past? Now we know products is being sold, and they are product, and they have an advertisement in the front. It has the call to action. It has all the benefits the customer is getting. And if you flip this product on the back, there's the label. There's the terms and conditions, what to do, what not to do in case you do something. Very much the label is the law, and that's what makes this thing here product. It's tangible. You touch it, you feel it. You look in the back, you look in the front, and you know what comes with it, what it's going to do, how much is it, and you can buy it. So that's why this is a product. But in the same time, how come service is not it cannot be sold as a product in the past? It's other than like a phone service or a cable service. Beside those, it's been almost impossible to sell a product as a service. And the reason behind this is service is intangible. That means you cannot touch it, you cannot feel it, you don't know all the unforeseen issues. You can't tell what's the result going to be. You don't know how much the price is going to be. So that's why service is intangible, and it's going to be very difficult to productize it unless you have a method. So we thought, if we were able to now, with all the advancement that we have, and with all the AI technology and everything that's out there, that we have enough data for us to productize the service. And it's going to take few of those things that we're going to be talking in details about them. One, if you were to create an offer that's clear enough, and it's something your customer wants, and for a price they can afford, that is key. And that's number one thing. Number two thing, it has to bring value to those customers. So basically, the offer, it has to explain directly what is the value that the customer is getting from you, and how they're going to be ahead if they buy yours. And this is, it could be a service that's not existing, like in COVID. I have consulted with some cleaning companies. I'm like, stop, people doesn't want you in their house. People doesn't want you to come to their house. But you can offer EPA approved ULV fog for antimicrobial treatment. And for those companies, that was a very easy job. You can go to a customer's house and in less than an hour, earn $300 just by going with your ULV fogger and treating those houses. So basically, that is something that has a good value proposition for those customer who needs that service. They don't want you in their house cleaning, but they want you disinfect everything. And so basically, we have to be creative of what the customer wants at that time, and how to design your offer. Number three is how you streamline those products. Where do you list them? On Amazon? Do you list those products on on Craigslist, where do you make those offers? I would make it everywhere. I would put on my Google listing. I would put them on my website. I'll be the one guy to go to if you ever need that service. Um, so and also, we're going to talk a little bit about growth because we are in a world right now where we are racing against inflation. $100 not $100 anymore. I think $100 is equal to $20 from when I started. So we need to start thinking of constantly growing our products and adjusting the prices. And as the value proposition changes, and as the value proposition becomes different, and we need to make those adjustments. So if all of you can text me or add on the chat, if you have any offers currently, if any of you offering a service and what is it, just 2 words. You can say ceiling tiles, you can say wall, you can say painting out exterior paint. Just kind of add it to the chat, and we can move on into brainstorming some ideas. Pro wash. Okay, every pro wash. Okay, cleaning services. Very nice. Bathtub refinishing. Very nice. Wow. Graphic design, artisan, beautiful. Okay. Coaching. Nice. I know. Okay. And productivity and success coaching. This package and consideration plan, insurance. Okay. Very nice. Oh, okay, here we go. Leah Davis. Okay, speaking of AI, all right, very nice, very cool stuff. Wow, interesting. Okay, wonderful. So I'm gonna continue. Okay, traffic builder, promotional special event. Very nice, Scott. Nice. Okay, so moving forward, here is a great example of a guy who was able to productize his service. He basically engineered everything in his portfolio to kind of mesh and match and fit in his schedule where he is able to do or 3 jobs a day to make $1,000. I don't know if you guys, if this is zoomed enough for you to read the offers or not. So basically, like remove and replace it's what for $250, or replace overhead garage door. I think that's a $280 gig for him. The kitchen faucet, remove and replace $150. The water heater is $500. This one is remove and replace a water heater. That's labor only. So everything he's offering is labor only, 2 fixtures. People usually buy 2 fixtures, not one. For some reason, they either batching or so he was able to figure out what is the most in demand that his customer needs, and those are the offers he's doing. The garbage disposal is $200. That breaks down once every 10 years, by the way. Most of the appliances in our houses breaks down once every 10 years. So you need to go into your niche and do some homework on who is your customer and how often things break or how often they need stuff. Those are very important elements that we need to pay attention to. So if you want to see this portfolio live, you can scan this and go on the Boots and Ladders, and you can search for Jeremy, I guess. So this is a startup. So things might not work a perfect 100%, but you will if you try enough, you'll get around, and maybe you'll be able to list your service as well. Okay, so if we were to go into a detail of one of his offers, you see that he put a description here, just like the product. He described what to expect when this guy comes to your house and what he's going to offer, what's included in his offer, and what's not included in his offer. And if I scroll down on this, it shows where you can book the appointment and right there on the website. So of course you can reach him for other details, but he did it in a way where there's no more questions. This is what he does. This is his reviews. There's due diligence documents about him if you need to learn anything about this guy. And this is the details about the offer itself. So if I'm looking for someone to replace my water heater, I'm going to go grab one from the Home Depot, or I'm going to drop ship one from Amazon. And this guy is going to show up only to do this job. Now, one thing he did here, he's not going to mess around with delivering the water heater or hand truck it from the supply house. This is something that can be done by the suppliers themselves. They can drop ship it. And all this guy had to do is focus on installing that water heater. So that's very beneficial where he's focusing only on getting the job done. We also have similar listings for, I think Al-Hafiz, you have one there. Some of you guys here in the program has listing. I just don't know how to switch back to that website and show my other offers, but so the value proposition. This is very important things that we're not paying attention to. The worst thing you could do is to offer a service that your customer doesn't want. You don't want to go to the Toyota dealer looking to buy a truck and the salesman start talking you into buying a Camry. That's a no-no. So you need to understand what this customer or your customers want. You need to do your research, who they are, and what is it that they're looking for this year, not last year. Last year they wanted disinfect for Corona. This year they want something else. So basically, you need to stay up to date, and you need to figure out how to craft your offer. So I'm gonna put in the comment here an example for an offer that I just created by AI for the bathtub refinishing. So I'm just gonna enter this, and it is Sonia. If you don't mind, I'm gonna share something about your service right here. It would not let me, it's not gonna let me. Okay, so what I'm gonna do here, I'm just gonna try to do it one by one. So this is an example of an AI generated offer and this is gonna be built in our app, but it's gonna probably be a few more weeks before we release this. So this is what the offer title is, and this is the offer description for Sonia. So Sonia, if you're there and if you can read this, tell us if this is accurate or not. This is what it includes. This is what it does not include. I can't see anything. Okay. Maybe it did not paste, so okay. Okay, then. So maybe it doesn't show up on the on the chat. Okay, all right, very good. So it's in the chat. I don't know if you guys are on the chat or if you see it on the chat. It's part of the chat. Okay, I only say okay. Yeah, so what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna probably cut and paste this. I don't see, okay, I don't see it. Okay, very good. All right, no problem. What I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna screenshot this and put it on, I'm gonna put it on the So caption, okay. All right, how about this? How about I'm going to share this link with you guys. And probably share this link with you and have you copy special value only. Oh, share your copy link. Okay, how about this link here? And if it didn't work, we can move forward and do this later in the program. We are not seeing anything. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and move forward. So crafting your offer it takes a skills. You need to know who your customers are, and you need to know their pain point. Share it to everyone. Okay. So it won't take long before you figure this out. You probably have to keep trying different offers till you see which one that's going to work the most, probably. Finding your product market fit. It's been always everybody's copying the other, and most of the offers out there for services are being repeated, and it's kind of outdated because things have changed. It's not the same anymore. So you have to be creative into finding what the people need anymore. I still have some competition who've been copying my offers from years ago, and they're still offering a whole house carpet cleaning special. People does not have carpet anymore in their living room, dining room. They have area rugs, and they have carpets only in their bedrooms. So they need to update their offers. You can say a whole upstairs carpet cleaning special. You can say the master suite carpet cleaning special, but whole house carpet cleaning special sometimes is just in the past. So find out your customer pain point and try to design your offer based on that. Now, for those of you who are interested in crafting or getting some of those ideas, just send me an email. I'm gonna type in my email here, and I'll go back and send each one of you. Let's see, others.com. If it's not in the sheet, because I already have 300 offers in the sheet that you might be able to find something there. But if it's not in that sheet, just email me, and I'll see what AI generator that I have can do. And this will be available for everyone in 2-3 weeks. So it will be available on the app as you sign in. It's going to be asking all those questions and helping you craft it. So the second thing in your offer is you really need to set the price right. You don't want to make it too expensive or too cheap. You want to set it fair enough. Now there is the 80-20% rule, where 80% of the time things works exactly like you wish to, and 20% it's going to work either more or less. So the odds are very in favor for that fixed rate offer that you're going to offer those customers. And mentioning the price and fixing the price, believe it or not, is more than half of the pain point that the customer is having, because they're afraid you're going to show up, you're going to get the job done, and by the time you're done, it's going to be twice as much as you said. So it's peace of mind, and you're going to sell a lot more if you were able to fine tune your offers. And we're going to talk about pricing and how to price in the next few slides. So the other big complaint that I hear from customer is service providers are not interested. You call a plumber, you call heating and air guy, you call somebody, and they're questioning why you're calling them. It's like, well, did you use us in the past? Who was the last guy that did it for you? And it's all those questions to protect themselves, I understand, but at the same time, they're not showing any interest of coming and getting the job done. What it would take for you to get a handyman to go and get the drain unclogged. So in your offer, you need to show that you are interested. You know, the images that we saw for Jeremy on the website, they show that he's smiling, thumbs up, he wants to do the job. I should have used Al Hafiz as an example. I'm using Jeremy. Al Hafiz here. Jeremy's not here today. So, um, but anyway, so the productized service. There's some examples here for some offers, like remove and replace a fixture for $200. I mean, how are fixtures so different from each other? I mean, if it's in the ceiling or it's in the wall, or if it's a faucet, you can price them where they're not that much. You know, it won't be that big of a trouble if you are replacing a garbage disposal rather than you're replacing a faucet. They're almost probably both take the same time, and I think $200 is great offer for both the customer and the handyman, because if the handyman does 5 of those a day, that's $1,000. And can you change 5 garbage disposals a day? Yeah, that's a long day, but you can do it. And if you work 4 days a week, I'll do it every day. It's probably a lot easier than cleaning 5 houses a day. Odds and ends around the house. I like that offer. It's on the Boots and Ladders. I saw it, and it's for 4 hours, $380. I think he can do bathroom, toilet flops. He can do fixtures. He can do light bulbs. He can do errands around the house. A lot of senior citizens would love this offer. $380 for 4 hours. I can do 2 of those a day, or 3 of those in long days. An average $1,000 a day. We saw the water heater example. Here we have so landscape commercial. Yeah, I mean, a lot of the landscapers are still doing the yards at $50. I think they need to productize and bundle their service. The shrubs need to be trimmed. There's treatment that needs to be done. All that stuff can be bundled up in one offer for a season, like spring or fall. Usually, probably in the wintertime when things are slow for them, I would go ahead and bundle some kind of winter special that people need. There's a lot of leaves where we live, and those need to be addressed. Uh, Trailer. Okay, I like this offer. I was in a meeting the other day, and I saw somebody offer this dumpster dumpster special where he can leave the dumpster trailer for 3 days for $349, including the dump. I think that's such a great solution that I often need. Um, um, Connect up to 3 devices. Yeah, here's a cool new niche: smart home setup. I buy those stuff from Best Buy, and I need to set up the Wi-Fi, and I'm very techie guy. I can figure things out. But the other day I spent 2 hours on this Wi-Fi printer, and I could not figure it out. So, and that's it. I'm not going to give it more than 2 hours. And I was almost going to grab this thing and take it back to Best Buy, but my son decided to go and mess with it, and he got it to work. But next time I'm dealing with any new gadget like this that I don't want to deal with, like I can connect my Wi-Fi, my Alexa, and my printer for the $220. It's worth it sometimes for some people. All right, so this is what a fixed rate productized marketplace should look like. And this is currently live on the Boots and Ladders. All those people are real, and you can book your service from them. And some of them still don't have, like the tree service guy didn't want to set up a flat rate, even though he told me he can send his whole crew for a whole day for $3,000, but he just want people to call and inquire about the price, and that's totally fine. We don't think this is going to take off and is going to become real suddenly. I mean, it's going to take a while before people get used to this. Now, second most important thing is the pricing. Now, first we talked about the offer, how you should craft your offer, how you should word it, how you should design it. I'm going to have a list of 300 standard offers. If you don't see anything interesting there, email me. and I'll craft and brainstorm with you. So basically pricing, uh, eh, and again, I mean, I don't have to talk much about this, but let's go ahead and dive into what's the method of pricing something. Are you going to price it based on the value of the house, or you want to price it based on how much it would actually cost you to get the job done? So the value-based pricing is what is it worth to the customer? Somebody call you on the weekend and he wants his train unlocked, and nobody else would show up. It's a 4th of July weekend or something like this, and it's probably worth $1,000 for this person. Or if you want to do it cost plus, is like, hey, I'm working the weekend. My overhead is $200. Overtime charge is $200, and my actual work is $48 per hour. It's going to take me 3 hours, so it's $600. So the cost plus and the value-based pricing, there is a difference, and whatever is in between probably should be the price. But I know for sure most of insurance companies, they go by the cost plus pricing. So if you ever have seen any insurance estimate, they will go item by item, line by line, and they will figure out how much what it's going to cost to get this job done. So this is an example for removing and replacing a water heater. This is a hypothetical number, so it's not, you can make adjustments. So say, for example, that water heater that you're using, you're going to use an extra material, some piping or some brass, and it's $12. And the labor is going to take you 2 hours at $48 an hour. There's waste from that 4-foot pipe that you used, and you wasted some of that material. So that has to be added because you paid for the waste, and because you have to pass on this to the customer. If you're doing flooring, carpets, tiles, matching the pattern, you go through this waste, and that has to be accounted for. Cleanup, debris removal. If you want to thrill your customer and you leave the place spotless and clean behind you, and take things to the I mean, you want to thrill this customer, and it's going to cost you to thrill this customer, and it's worth for you to go ahead and invest in this and charge for it, and it's a win-win because the customer is happy that you left his place clean and you had a line item for it. So it should be fair for both. One very important thing that most of our the service workers do is they leave the overhead. They don't even count for the overhead. They somehow they use their money to buy a brand new truck and start their business. And 6-7 years later, their truck is beat up, their tires are old, their windshield wipers are falling, and they don't have the funds to buy a new truck. So overhead covers for your insurance, your warranties, your tires wear, your liability insurance, a lot of that stuff that goes in the crack that nobody accounted for. It needs to be you always have to have a fund for that. So you every 5-6 years you have the funds for new tools, new equipment, new truck. You have the fund for that, and that comes from the overhead. And last but not least, we have a profit line item here. And some of you might say, well, I charge for labor. Why would I charge for profit? And now you're in business. So if you're in business, one of the business characters is to have a profit. So you don't want to only charge labor. And what if you have to send your employee to the job? Then you're not going to be making profit. So you have to have the profit line item, and those are compounding. So 10 and 10, it's probably 21. It's not 20. Okay, so now this is the cost plus pricing. Keep all those in mind. You need to count for the waste. You need to count for the materials, labor. It would be nice if you do the cleanup and the thrilling factor here, overhead and profits. So try this on all your services. About now, you probably have a good estimate how long things takes. When someone calls you into getting something done, avoid making that trip and costing yourself 2 hours to go give somebody a price. Why don't you just go ahead and have a a chart of what everything is, and productize it where you're selling it to the guys. Like, hey, typically most of those water heaters are taking us 2 to 3 hours. If we don't have to pick up the water heater, if you already have the water here and all we have to do is come and switch it for you, it would be flat rate of $300-400, whatever the fixed price that you're gonna say. So okay, so this is pricing. Now we're gonna jump into efficiency. There is no if you're not efficient, if we're not gonna get this thing done in an efficient way, that means we're just gonna be hit and miss, and we don't have any protocol, we don't have any plan into streamlining our service. So efficiency, streamlining means making the process more efficient by cutting unnecessary steps, and reducing the waste and optimizing workflow. So the way I'm explaining this, or the way I think about it, it's the workflow where I have back-to-back jobs and they are quality cookie cutters. Now, cookie cutters has been a bad word in the past, but quality cookie cutters, I think, is how we can get ahead. The same job, the same tools, back-to-back schedule is how we can streamline, and that's efficient. We go out, do 3 jobs back to back today, go do 4 jobs tomorrow, or go to 2 jobs the day after. They're back to back. There is no gap in the schedule. I'm not doing one job Friday afternoon, or I'm not doing another job on Tuesday morning. And the last thing you want to do is give the customer control of your schedule. Friend of mine, when he gets a call from a customer, it's like, yeah, sure. When is a good time for you? And that's the last thing you want to do. You don't give the customer control of your schedule. What you should do is say, I will definitely do this for you. I have AM on Monday and I have PM on Tuesday. Which one of these 2 days might work better for you? And that's that would be a very good for both sides. Now, there is people that I deal with, plumbers, basically, who's like, oh, yeah, we'll be there. And 2 days go by, then suddenly the guy decides to go without even letting me know. So I think efficiency is key, and getting specialized is you might not be able to do this at first. You're not going to be able to be specialized in 1 or 2 or 3 things at the beginning. You probably have to offer 3 or 4 different things to scale, but focus on the one that makes the most money and the one that you're best at, the one that you can do like no one else can do it. If you're good at one task, if you're good at one thing, just focus on this one thing and sell the heck out of it. So specializing is concentrate on becoming expert in one particular subject or skill. So and just advertise your service with just that one. Be like I have a guy. This is a guy on Boots and Ladder who all he wanted to list is replacing a water heater, and I think it's $1,850. Now he's including the water heater in this offer. But apparently this guy, he's in California and he's experiencing, is that California or Georgia? Okay, so he's experiencing the same water here. It's 50 gallons, every house, same thing, same locations. They're always in the garage. And apparently he's doing a lot of those where he came in and he just listed at 1850. And he might not get all the jobs, but if he gets half of them at the price that he desired, hey, good for him. And he set it up where people are going to have to book. He connected his payment. People will have to prepay. But the customer, we're protecting the customers, is the money is only released to the seller once they accept delivery. So, but this is a great example of someone who really is getting specialized. Now, in an area like Wilmington, North Carolina, where I live, we have an average of 15 water heater that goes bad every day, every single day. And there's not one company that specializes in water heaters. They're plumbers, they roto-looters, they were doing all the different things. But if I see one guy, or if I'm seeing only one van that goes around red, I'm imagining the van would be red and says water heater replacement, remove and replace. I mean, I would even put the price on it. Remove and replace water heater, same day service, $1,500. You know, um, people will make a note of that. And water heater wilmington.com. I mean, that's an easy domain. It's not going to cost you arms and legs. So that's how you get specialized. That's how you productize the service. And I'll just do at least half of those water heaters that happen every day. I'll go to Home Depot, I'll go to Lowe's, I'll talk to these people, they will see me in the shirt. I'll tell you what, if you're a plumber, go stand in the plumbing aisle in Lowe's or Home Depot for about 10 minutes. If you're wearing a shirt that says plumber on it, you will get hired. You'll be busy that day. So that'll be my strategy, because that's where your value proposition. People are going there trying to fix it themselves, and they're frustrated and they need a plumber. So basically, that's that I've done that in the past. I've hired people from the plumbing aisle. Actually, most of my guys I find them at the Home Depot. So basically, you have to offer a fixed rate, bundle it, package it, whatever you need to do. I mean, it does not have to be one thing. You can do 3-4 different things and just package them together if they fit together. If the customer that calls you to their house to change light bulb, might as well, they need to hire you for their bathroom flap, or they might as well replace those hoses coming in and out of their washing machine or bathrooms, and they break once every 10 years. So somebody needs to bundle all that stuff up and say, hey, here's a better than insurance bundle for your home. Second thing is you really have to detail your product. You have to talk enough about your product where they can be comfortable before they buy. People like to learn about what they're buying before they buy it. And that's how you could sell it as a product. The reason people call you because they want to learn more. And often they have no idea what to ask. And what makes this worse is the service technician, it doesn't know how to get the information from the customer. And most of the customers, they ask about the price because they don't know what else to ask. It's like, how much? And the technician right away get offended. It's like, how much? It is what it is. I want to get paid for my time. So I think if you were to add as much detail as possible in your product, it would help a lot in making this customer comfortable and allowing him to buy from you. It would be nice if you put a little bit of a guarantee there, your terms and conditions. I'll give him instructions. Please lock the door. Please lock the dog, and make it, give us an access to the area where we need to work. Make it safe for us to get to your attic. And stuff like that. I mean, you can write that stuff in the details. Also, offer instant booking. Why should you wait for them to give you a phone call? I mean, chances you're going to lose that phone call if you don't answer because that's what they do. They keep calling until somebody answers. And if they left you a voicemail and it takes you an hour to call back, you might lose the opportunity. It would be great if they will text you of who they are, what they want, an image of what they want done, and give you all this information. So we build that form into the Boots and Ladders, where if they ask for a code, we ask them give us more information, put a picture, tell us exactly what it is that you want to price on. So we're not going back and forth in the chat. Basically, if we were to productize, and we are dealing with all that stuff now, we might be able to get rid of most of it, because we don't need to do marketing. We don't need to do, now you do need to do marketing, but it's not as much as you've done in the past, because now you have a product, you list it once, and you update it every now and then, and you let people know how to contact you. And then, but you're not going to need to do estimates anymore because the price is already fixed. and your schedule is already set. You don't need to do invoicing because they're prepaying. You don't need to do collection because if you deliver the job, they're going to have to accept the delivery. And you don't have to do bookkeeping because the app will you know, if you're using the app, if you're using the Boots and Ladders app, it's going to keep track of that. So all you have to be focusing on is getting the job done and getting ready to get the job done. So those are the two things that you would probably focus on. So those are that's how you streamline. That's how you maximize your profit, and at the same time, the customer is satisfied. It's a win-win situation for everybody. This is how we're using technology to get rid of the middleman and deal directly with the customer and get rid of all the unnecessary trip and waste of time. So basically, again, you can enjoy more time now that you're focusing on work. You get to work more, and then you're going to make more money. From 17.9% to 45%, you are making more money. You are enjoying more time. And of course, we can't change much about the traffic outside unless somebody can come up with a creative idea and fly us to jobs. The accounting is reduced. Here's the barcode for the 300 offers that I mentioned. If anyone's successful at opening this spreadsheet, just tell me that it works on the chat. Was anybody able to open the sheet? It worked. Okay, so good. Now finally, we have those are 300 or over the 300 examples. If you are not, if you don't find exactly what you do, just send me an email or just write it down here, and I'll share it with you. I might not be able to share it during this workshop, but if you're comfortable leaving your email, fine. If not, just send me an email. I shared my email on top. So basically, yeah, so that's keep that sheet. It's free. Use it. At the bottom, there's links to where you can sign up to Boots and Ladders if you decided to list your service. Feel free to tweak those offers, make them yours, reprice them, make adjustment. If you see a big mistake, let me know. I didn't get the link. Okay, so Latanya, you probably with your phone, if you have, and I have your email. Yes, it's on top. Actually, it's 3 lines up. So the link is, it's a spreadsheet link. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, right here. I'm going to share it right here in the chat. Can you email it to me, please? All right. So Marlon, I just pasted here. Do you see it? And this sheet is actually very great for people who are looking for a niche. I mean, it gives ideas for people who are just graduating high school and they want to get into the service business. This gives them ideas of how to get into that. This, along with the workshops and the classes that Cape Fear are offering to small businesses, you don't need a PhD in business. You can learn business and succeed. Make sure that you're sharing the item in the chat to everyone. Yeah, I am sharing. I am sharing that link to everyone. Did anybody get it? I'm not seeing it. Okay, so this is probably something that you're not seeing the link that I just shared at 11 o'clock. No. Oh. I don't know why it's not. I think it's Zoom doesn't want us to get anybody outside the app. No, not your email either. Okay, very good. Well, I'll does the barcode work for anybody? This QR code? You have to use your camera and take a picture, aim at this QR code. It should give you a link. Yeah, it's for, I'm sharing it to host and everyone. Okay, here we go. This is everyone. Okay, how about that? Yes, 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 yes. Oh, okay. All right. And here's my email too. You know, I design platforms, and one thing I don't like is using other people's platforms. Kind of, why do they have for everyone? Why don't they set it to that from the beginning? I have no idea. Okay, very cool. Does anybody see ideas they like? Is it related to what you do? Do you want me custom build something for you? Anybody would like to share what they do, and I'll share it with everybody. Maybe yes, custom build. Okay, Aisha, what do you do? Yeah, there is a pressure washing in the list. Um, it's under cleaning, I think. It's beside cleaning. Okay, wow, we have a lot of stuff going on here. Let me see if I can keep up. Into event service, very nice. As option. I did have a few in the event service. The party balloons, 99 balloons delivered. Okay, you like that? Okay, very nice. I'll tell you what. Um, my wife would like it if I buy her 99 balloons delivered to the house. With community plan for small business and including disaster recovery plan. Okay, wonderful. If not that, I'll be finished. Okay, what I'm gonna do after this workshop, I'm gonna go through these and um, yeah, you probably want to email me if you're asking me to build you an offer. Uh, let me see. Okay, okay, very good. Thank you, Christina. What is your email? Okay, here we go. Omar at bootsandladders.com. Okay, very cool. We don't thank you. Very good, Aish. Wonderful. All right, let's continue. I don't think we have much long, and then after that we can exercise and brainstorm with everybody. Okay, so with appointments, if you're not using the automatic scheduler, make sure when you promise your customer to get there, or if you're on location, most of the services are on location. You go to them; they don't come to you. But over a window frame. Recently, we are finally getting into the AM PM. Would you like it in the morning or the afternoon? Back in my days, we used to give a window frame, a 2 hour window frame between 8 and 10 or 10 and 12. But I like the bigger window frames, the better. I'll be AM, which one works for you, AM or PM. I'll call you ahead. And if you want to add the cherry on top, you can share your trip progress with them. I don't think that's necessary. If you just go ahead and unless the app offers it automatically between the two users, we're going to implement that. We're not in a rush to do that yet. So basically, if you're texting with the customer, always try to make it a one-way text. Try to include everything about who, where, what, when. Add an image if you can, and always end your conversation with a call to action. What do you want done? Whether you are ordering the service or whether you're proposing a service, you need to tell them what are you offering, to whom you're offering that, when you're going to offer it, and add an image to something you've done recently that's similar to that. And the call to action is like, if you're okay with the price and you're comfortable with this and that, click this link here to book my service, or if you're not doing the automatic booking, you can say reply with what worked better for you Tuesday PM or Wednesday AM. And I think that would make it a one-way text, kind of save it to your text. I think there's a way you can save your text where it's always, it types this for you and you just have to fill out the gaps. We already built in this in the Boots and Ladders. So if you're using their chat, which is very slow this week, I think we're having an update next week where that chat's going to be working great. So plan an efficient route. Avoid left turns. It takes 8 times as long for you to get out of a left turn if you're in the city than if you're making a right turn. When you're turning left, you have to look for both traffics, and you have to time it where both traffics allow you to make that left turn. Not to mention, most of the accident happens on more on left turns than right turns. So avoid left, like if there's a gas station on the left and there's one 5 miles on the right, just plan it where you get to the right turn 5 miles from now. If the circumstance allow for that. Try to schedule your stuff in the same area. So if you're in the zip code today, try to schedule more in the zip code. And if you are, so try to stay in one zip code each day. It doesn't take much to get that tweaked. I think in my operation, we used to do Monday and Wednesday in one zip code and Tuesdays and Thursdays in the other zip code. And we focused on those 2 zip codes that has our demographics, our best paying customers, people who have jobs, getting 150,000 income. I mean, those are my demographics. So we stayed on those 2 zip codes, one day here, one day here, one day here, one day. And we did Friday open, no schedule on Friday. Traffic is bad. We keep that for emergencies because that's when we get the big calls. That's when we get big floods in the county schools or big floods. And those are the days that I keep them for last minute thing. People wants to get things done before the weekend. And that's where you make the most money with emergency immediate stuff. So, and so basically here is something that we've done. The area that you're at, just you need to kind of map inside roads where not usually in high traffic. And I live in Wilmington, and before Google Maps, we had those shortcuts that we used to avoid traffic. We live in a tourist area where the roads get flooded by tourists who's going to the beach, and the traffic is very terrible on the main road. So we use the inside roads to get in and out our areas and be efficient about travel time. So it's worth it for you wherever you live. Just sit down, map. You can keep testing different roads, different routes on the Google Maps, and you figure a way for you to have your own routes. I mean, you're in service and you're spending more than 20% of your time on the road, so might as well. This is worth it. Also, getting paid. Here's the thing. I mean, how long you should wait before you send somebody an invoice? I mean, this is crazy. I have someone who sent me an invoice 3 months after they got the job done. They did the job in 2023. They waited and waited and waited. Suddenly, they decided to send me the invoice in 2024, way after I built my tenants for the cams, way after I closed my books for 2023. And I don't know why they take that long. And then they complain about how they didn't get paid on certain jobs. Like if you don't get paid in 90 days, chances you're not going to get paid. I mean, that's, people are excited about the value they got. They want to pay for it. But if you wait too long, they start slowly losing that. And there might be, there might be an issue why they're not paying you. I suggest if you finish the job, you give the invoice right away. And you constantly send reminders, a week, you send them a reminder, a week after that, you send them a reminder. Set that in your software where you're constantly reminding your customers that you want to get paid until then. Don't wait too long because that's a very very difficult business here. You not only might not get paid, you also can lose a customer if you don't do it right. So also at the end of the day, you want to tweak your tools, your equipment. You want to um, you want to prepare for the next job. You don't want to go into the next job unprepared, with dirty tools, or having to go back and forth to the supply house because you forgot to bring something. So this would be a good time to plan that work. Okay, and last but not least is growth. If you're not growing, if you're not buying new equipment, if you're not staying up to date with your offers, if your prices is not getting adjusted, chances you're going to fall behind, and you're not going to be able to keep up with the race. We're living in a world right now that you have to constantly be updated, constantly learning new things, and you have to understand at least a little bit about technology. Um, uh, uh, so Jesse asked if I will share the slides later. Actually, I am looking for people to teach this, if to their employees, to their students, if they're coaches. I mean, I would love to share this with you. Just send me an email. You got my email on top. Just send me an email and I'll send you a link. Feel free. I'll send you a copy. So you need to, it's on Canva. So you probably have to copy it and start making adjustments your way. So yeah, sure. I'll share the slides with whoever wants to teach or to have use. Yeah, welcome. Very nice. All right. Now, can any of you tell me if they attended my other class, the workshop that we did about maximizing efficiency and customer experience? Because I'm kind of, this is a different class. Everything here is very much new content. First time. Okay, very good. All right. So growth. Growth is essential for keeping up with inflation and enhancing the quality of life. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if you guys keep up with inflation, but everything went up. Insurance went up 22%. Last year, the rent went up 5%. A lot of the things are going up. The utilities, everything's going up. So you constantly have to keep up with inflation. You have to grow by staying updated with everything that's going on. Otherwise, you're gonna fall behind. So we need to pay attention to that, and we need to mainly pay attention to repeat business, because this is how it goes in business. It's compounding. It's, you have 10 customers, that's going to bring you, each customer is going to bring you two, and each two is going to bring you two, and two are going to be two. So it's compounding over the time. So one customer is going to end up getting you 10 customers at the end of 5 years. So you are looking for those. You need to keep up with those numbers. You need to monitor your growth. You need to make sure that if you're doing everything right, if customers are loving your product and they're loving your prices, and if you were able to grow it from not only the number of customers, you also need to grow the average ticket price. You know, a whole house was $100 27 years ago. A whole house now is about $310. So you need to make adjustments. I still have competition. Actually, people who used to work for me, who's out there advertising a whole house for $100, and it's insane. I mean, these guys, they have to go to the customer, and at the customer's house, they have to complain about how they're not making money, and they're going to spend half of their visit crying and whining about how they're not making money. I mean, I'm frustrated. I see this all the time. People come to me halfway through the job, they start talking about how they're not making money. Like, wow, you know, instead of using this time with your customer to talk about your other products that they really would love to buy from you, it's like, hey, I don't know if you know this or not, but we do air duct cleaning. Yeah, we can come in and clean your air ducts in 2 hours and ULV fog and EBA treat and get rid of all the, and you're not going to get sick this year. So, and I mean, they could have used their time for this. But anyway, so repeat business. There's an art for this. You are constantly a walking billboard. You're always wearing the shirt. I would put my over. I'll replace water heater, $500 on my shirt. So basically, you need to start setting a plan on how you can get repeat business from every customer. See, customers, they hate to be sold, but they love to buy. So they like to buy your stuff. I mean, just your service is, if you can present your service and the benefit from having your service, people would love to buy it. If it's priced reasonable, everybody needs stuff done. Me included. It's just I don't have the right guy yet. I don't have the right guy who would come and say, "Hey, Omar, I can clean that room for you and do the trim work and replace the carpet and actually remove the carpet and make it a concrete with epoxy and all that stuff for $1,000. Won't take me about a day and a half. Would you let me do it for you? Like, do I have to pick the colors, or are you gonna pick those for me?" So the easier you make it for them, the more you're gonna sell. So and repeat business is the most important thing. If they're thrilled with the service, they're gonna call you, they're gonna let other people know about you. So here's the deal. And this is, the law of average. 80% of the time, your fixed rate is going to work perfect. The other 20%, it might be more, it might be less. It's okay. So there a lot of those the houses, a lot of the things that's being done in the United States recently is very much cookie cutters. They're cut and paste. They're the same street, the same franchises, the same commercial real estate, the same houses being built. So everything is within 20% less or more. If they are not, if they're not what you think they are, like if they are, if you go to the house who said, "Do this for me," and it turned out to be more, and you did not change your price, you kept your fixed price, and you thrilled them at the end of the job, and this customer got the best deal in the whole world. Like, I've been with my $100. I've done houses in Figure 8, which is an island, and Wrightsville Beach, and those houses are massive. They're huge. I didn't say a word. I went there and I cleaned. I was enjoying the waterfront. I was enjoying that beach life they had. And at the end of the job, those customers were like, "This guy did this whole thing for $100." Some of them did tip me. But not only that, they were so happy that they were talking to their friends. They were telling everybody about what I did. And this is the guys that influencers. This is the guys that goes and increase your business. This is free marketing. This is how you get your stuff. This is how you build your business. This is the word of mouth. This is the word of mouth that works better than all the TikTok and all the other stuff that's out there that may be good for other products, but not for service. I mean, TikTok would work for someone who wants to sing a song to the word, but in your local area, your customers are within 3 miles, and chances are very few of those saw you on TikTok. So word of mouth is the way to go. So if your fixed price is not 100% up to the game, thrill that customer. This is your chance for that person to go and talk about you. Don't do it with expectation. Do it with no expectation whatsoever. Let this customer love your service and be very thrilled, and he's going to go out and do the talking for you. So I have a story about my apartment complex accounts back in the 90s. Everybody was racing, wanted to get into the apartment complexes. I made a list of all the large buildings in Wilmington, and I went after the community college. I went after UNCW. I went after the hospital, the Hanover County schools. I very much went to all those accounts, and I repeatedly were sending them my insurance, my W-9, and my mission statement and references. I have a small folder that has all that stuff in it. I have a copy here, but that was 27 years ago. And I was going and I was handing out those to the superintendents. Anybody that's involved in maintenance service is like, here's my value. And if you ever need me, if you already have my W-9, you already have my insurance, just call me. So we did the same thing with apartment complexes. And the way I did it with apartments is I used to call them as like, hey, I'm between jobs. We have an idle time for 2 hours. If you have anything ready for carpet cleaning, we can come out and clean it for you. No charge, nothing, and actually we're going to drop off our insurance liability so you're comfortable with us. We're just trying to keep our guys busy, and within an hour they'll come back. It's like, yeah, we actually have 2 units ready for cleaning. So we go out, we clean them. We don't charge them a penny. And 2, 3 weeks later, their regular carpet cleaners start to act up. They drop the ball, and guess who they call next? They called our company, and we were on the spot. They already have all our information. They have our W-9. Uh, they have our insurance liability information. They have mission statement, testimonials from other apartment complexes that we do the best job. So that's how we built. We have 50 apartment complexes, and I think the town has 53 apartments. So we almost have everyone in town in year 95, where we have all the apartment complexes. Now, also, I mentioned the county schools. One way I was able to productize with the county schools, I went and measured all their classrooms. I put them on a spreadsheet, and I gave them a copy. So now they have measurement of all their classrooms, and I have measurement of all the classrooms. Now they do have blueprints. The engineering department does have all that stuff, but the superintendent, the janitorial services, and all the staff for the maintenance, they never ever had measurement for their classrooms in the past. So now they have the spreadsheet that has all the measurement, and every time they needed something, hey, Omar, we needed this room done in this school. Like, okay, add it to the schedule, and uh, it was very easy streamlining, and worked out great. So, and until I sold my business in 2015, I have served the county schools for 25 years. So that was the biggest thing on my resume. And by the way, when I sold my business in 2015, I looked up the last software that I used, and it showed over 15,000 jobs that I performed at a flat rate. So over 15,000 jobs that were done based on the fixed rate that I mentioned for you. So you can imagine if you're doing the same thing over and over and over time, it would, I don't have a Lamborghini or a Ferrari, but I have 3 kids that goes to colleges, and thanks to my young me that I planned ahead for that. So step up to the plate. If it's extra 10, 20%, if it's extra 10 minutes, go ahead and do it for this customer. That's how you market. This is the cheapest marketing you can do with your time. Instead of spending money after you pay taxes on, just market with your time. This is the cheapest marketing you can do. Again, I mean, we saw how word of mouth is still 75% of our growth. Then it's no brainer. Just thrill that customer with the extra 10%. Do this one extra thing for them. Do it with no expectation. Don't be a nice guy. Just be honest and truthful. That's what they're looking for. If a nice guy comes to me and mushy, and is trying to be that kind of takes the effect of thrilling somebody. So here's some words from the dictionary about integrity. I mean, this stuff is worth investing on. If word of mouth is your 75%, I will sit down and I'll look up every word in the dictionary, and I'll practice. And what is chivalry? Chivalry. What is that? I know what it is. I'm just asking. Yeah. I mean, that's an interesting word that people haven't used in a while. I don't even see it in movies or anything, chivalry. I mean, isn't that a nice character for someone to have? I mean, that would be great if I was called chivalry. I mean, that would be wonderful. So, um, So I think responsibility, keeping promises, helping others, it's a very it's very noble, and I would invest in that. Okay, so here we go. This is my one of my favorite guys who said, "Work hard and smart." He did not say work smart, not hard. I don't like it when I see that because hard work, hard work will outperform smart work without the work. You know, people who are smart, who talk smart, who is always constantly being smart without actually putting the hard work, they're not going to get anywhere. I think this is opportunities, and it's only available for those who are hard workers and prepare for opportunities. Those who are constantly planning and talking and analyzing and not actually putting the work, they're not going to have a chance at striking for opportunities. So uh, anyway, so now there's some time for a Q&R, a Q&A, I guess. If I would like to be able to contact, okay, no, that's okay. Let's see here. For example, if I receive, okay, I need to, is everybody seeing this or I need to read it loud? Okay. Would I be able to contact workers? For example, if I receive a job for flooring or painting and I have connection to contact to contractors that does flooring and painting. Can I serve as the middleman and send out the contractors and get a fee for sending them out? You know, this is a great feature. We were talking about teams building in the app, where it's like a multi-level marketing, you know, but maybe we're so far behind into actually getting the minimum valuable product out that this is going to be years before we do this. But it's such a great idea. I mean, I'm loving this. Can you hear my answer, or should I type it? I think yeah. So I'm answering live. Okay. So basically, yeah, it's such a great idea. I would love to implement this one time where we set it up. Actually, when we thought about it, we thought about it for insurance adjusters who has a disaster in one house and they want to send a team of people, and we were going to call it teams, where they can get any of those who are within 2-3 miles away from this house who opted to be in call for emergencies and they want to respond to this call, the adjuster will be able to do it with one order. These guys will be dispatched. There will be a flat hourly rate sent by the insurance company, and they will. So basically, yeah, it's part of that work. But this is a good idea to have networking, referrals, and fees and kickbacks and all that stuff. For now, we're revenue. We don't have any revenues. We don't have any. We're not our revenue model actually. It allowed the professionals to keep all their hard-earned money, and we're charging the customer the credit card fee. So we're not. So they're not paying for their credit card. I strongly believe that people they like to pay for the things they want, but they hate to pay for the things they need. We like to go and buy our iPhones. We like to pay for our Starbucks coffee, but we hate to pay for our medical bills. We hate to pay for insurance. We hate to pay for advertising. We hate to pay for all that stuff. So, especially credit card fees. I mean, so basically, we set it up in the app where we are allowing you to list your service for free and do the business as you like. And then after it's all said and done, the customer, if they decided to buy, they'll go ahead and make the purchase. So cool. Questions? I think that's so okay. So contractor or property manager. Well, I mean, being in the middle, it wouldn't be a middleman. I would probably just do it in a way where it's like you bing somebody, you know, you're binging somebody, collecting points, and a middleman who's actually in the middle of the transaction managing the job. Um, Property manager, you have to be a realtor. Now, there's a big commotion going on about realtors. I don't know if you guys seen that or not. There's a big lawsuit about how, yeah, yeah, that's good. That's good information. I don't know what the lawsuit is about. I've seen headlines about how they're mandating realtors um, to be a realtor before you can do any transaction. So cool. We have another question here. Okay, open. Christina, do you suggest paying deposit up? I like I don't like that the deposit thing, but I do want to like with our platform, we do ask for the customer to go ahead and put the money in the escrow. So that's not a worry. Every time we're out doing a job, we're thinking, am I going to get paid for this or not? And of course, once or twice a year, we're not getting paid for stuff. People call you, they're moving out, they let you do the job, and you'll never see them again. And that only then we learn how to do the liens and do those tactics for collections. And I that's the one thing it discourages us is we're not getting paid for jobs. But for me, I try to keep all my messages positive, 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 positive throughout the whole transaction. And but when we design the app, we are asking for the money up front. If you wish, if your service allow, if it's a flat rate fee where I'm gonna come and replace your garbage disposal for $200, go ahead and pay for it. The money will be released to the seller once you accept delivery. And you already bought the garbage disposal for $200 from Amazon, and it was shipped to you, and it's the same guarantee. If things did not get done right, don't release the seller till you get it done right. So to answer your questions, that's depend on your business. I personally like to use positive messages as marketing. I like to constantly stay on the positive. I answer everything with yes, 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 yes. I avoid saying no. So I hope that answered that question. Okay, I appreciate that, WB. Yeah, very cool. All right, more questions? Dismiss. Okay, now you all have copy of the sheets, the flat rates, and at the bottom I left the link where you can go sign up. Now, again, the site that we built was a very the minimum viable product, which is it might be glitchy, it might be so we try to make it as frictionless as possible. We're trying to let you go and list your service in less than 5 minutes, especially if you can cut and paste from these offers. You can easily do that. You can just list your service. The most important thing is take good pictures. Just have very good pictures because you are selling the customer. This is your chance to be in front of them. And we set it up where it filters that people nearby will see you first. And that's the filters that we have where if you search your zip code, you're going to see the closest people to you. And I think we're early, so we're gonna wrap this up unless anybody have or anybody send any questions. I think that's a wrap for us. We did this in a good time. Everybody was great, and we have finished. This is my first time giving this class actually, and it's it looks good enough where I'm gonna probably do it again here in a month or two. So if you guys know anybody who wants to join this, if you have employees or friends, watch out for the links that Jenny shares and look at her other workshops. I mean, everything they offer is great. And it's offered by people that has experience who've been in the business and have been, they only want to share, I think, their experiences from their success and great. All right. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate all the compliments. I'm gonna uh, look into copy, save chat. I'm going to save the chat and go over it one more time in case I missed something. And again, you got my email. If you have any questions or if you have any requests, I would love to help. It's letters, and I look forward seeing you in the. I look forward seeing you in the app at the Books and Matters. Hopefully, we'll build something that's built by the Service Pro for the Service Pro for the people without the middleman. Great, thank you so much. Have a great. Bye.